when we were building it, they were like, hey, you know, it'd be really cool if we could swim under one of our waterfalls. So guess what? You can swim under that waterfall over there. We set up a pretty fun day. Justin wasn't feeling good, and we had our guy hide under the waterfall, and I said, oh, Justin, we got a problem over here. And he's like, what? And he jumped out of the waterfall and kind of scared Justin.
So that's where the guy was hiding when he scared him, huh?
Yeah, he jumped right out.
All right, I'm going under there, baby. Going in. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! Whoa! So I'm Greg Wittstock, the Pond Guy. This is my channel, Greg Wittstock, the Pond Guy, and it's all about showcasing how people live the aquascape lifestyle. And I think we got a real doozy in this one. All I know is that we're getting wet, right?
Yeah, I got towels right here.
All right. How much property do you have here?
About 4.5.
Nice, beautiful, nice wooded with a slope. Okay, so we're sitting in the hot tub?
I don't know. That sounds awesome to me.
Warm up in the hot tub, go for a refreshing dip in the, wow, look at this. How old is this?
It was the summer of 2016 when we finished it.
Beautiful. Look at this slope. I mean, look at this slope they have in their backyard. Every single person that comes here would want to do this walk. I can tell you that right now, because look where it leads to. Down to this recreation pond. Oh, there's another waterfall over here. This never gets old. Fire pit, the chairs. Oh my goodness. Look at all those fish. Wow. So was this both your ideas, you and your husband, or more you or more him, or?
You know, I came up with the idea of, that would be cute to put a little pond with a little waterfall, and then my husband said, okay, and he comes up with the gigantic.
How did this evolve?
I know they had talked about like they were either going to invest in their home or have a lake shore, because in Minnesota, like a second property is huge.
Yes.
But to me, I'd rather just walk out my doors to this, you know?
Yeah, look at that, absolutely. Instead of getting a home on a lake, we'll just build the lake.
Yes, exactly.
How do you use this water feature?
Well, we're here, I'd say almost every night.
So your husband works during the day.
Yeah, he does.
Uh-huh.
We both actually work from home. My office is up here in this window where I can look out over.
Uh-huh.
And then you can see a small desk up there on the edge of our bedroom.
Uh-huh.
So every night we have the door open and we listen to that. We're using it almost constantly.
Right, so it was a good investment.
Oh yeah, huge, very good investment. It's very peaceful, and we bring friends over.
I gotta ask, like, what do people say that come here for the first time?
Wow, like I think this is unimaginable myself still after 4 years, and so people come and they're still, wow, this is amazing.
So for somebody that's never maintained an aquascape ecosystem water feature, what would you say about the maintenance on this? What's involved?
Well, we're down here every day, so each time we come down, there's just we just look to see if there's anything that needs to be done. But as far as a lot of work, I would say in the spring we clean the pond thoroughly. And that's the biggest piece of work. And then in the winter, to close it down for the season, we do almost nothing except remove the pumps. A couple of our lily pads are tropical, so we put them in our garage.
And you've been able to store those over?
Mm-hmm. In the spring, we pop it back in here, and within a week, the leaves are at the level, the water level.
what would a project like this today cost? Give me the dimensions and what was involved with building this.
So it was a blank slate when we came in here. We saw this awesome hillside to build on. I always get really excited by that because I think you get the most natural looking water features, waterfalls, when you get to dig into a hill. This is our 30 by 50 aquascape ecosystem pond. It's 4.5 feet deep. There was some definite engineering challenges when we had to build here. As you can see, there's this awesome backdrop that they have. I mean, this view when you're sitting in the pond is just incredible. But it was a huge valley, so this whole side had to be built up to allow for the water line to be at where we wanted it to be.
Yes.
Because if we didn't do that, the water line would have been another 2-3 feet lower, and that means you have to walk that much closer to the pond to actually see the water, to look into it. And it was really important for us to be able to see this from everywhere possible. We really like to think about how to make it interactive. So we have a large snorkel centipede at the bottom of the pond there that's pulling the water down through, so there's no dead zones, making sure the oxygen penetrates to the deep spots. This little waterfall is split off from one of the main 10,000 gallon an hour pumps that feeds the large wetland filter up there, and that is so that we didn't have any dead zones. So we have a skimmer over there. We have another wetland filter, a huge one, and then we have our snorkel centipede that goes down to the wade depth, and that's all pulling water everywhere so that we don't get any dead zones, so we get this nice clear water that you can see into. The fish are a huge part of the ecosystem. We recommended to them right away that probably want to throw about 500 feeders in here. With this backdrop, who knows if there's a predator around, so when we do fish, we always say, like, don't get too attached to them in that first winter because they stay outside for the winter. So you might lose 1 or 2 to like a mink or something that's willing to swim. We don't really have many problems other than that.
This whole side right here where I'm walking was 6 feet lower, so this was all a part of this valley back here. So this is a massive buildup right here, and we have some giant boulders on the hillside which are all covered in grass and weeds and stuff now, but this was a bit of an undertaking to get this whole side of the pond high enough to get the water level we wanted.
We did the whole landscape, so we did a lot of drainage, we did a lot of the pathway. They really wanted to walk around it, so that's why we did this awesome Chilton pathway around. I think they've done an excellent job of breaking up the rock look so it doesn't feel too rocky, because we did say, you know, we really got to be careful that it doesn't feel too rocky, and I think they've done an excellent job because they've done the planting themselves. If someone wants to do the planting on their own, there's so much interaction, there's so many reasons to get down here and just have fun. They're always just moving plants around. When I asked Nick about doing the maintenance, he told me, it's only 5 minutes a day. And he says on camera, that's true, but in one way it's a trap, because a half hour later I'm still down here enjoying my waterfall, watching my fish, playing with the plants, jumping in myself.
How many tons of stone did you put in?
This is 80 tons of stone, and then the Chilton pathway is 10 tons of stone.
Full key, 30 by 50 foot pond, 80-foot stream, 90 tons of stonework. What would it cost to replicate this today?
Well, we also did the sitting wall in the fire pit, so we have this awesome bridge stone we found so that you encourage you to interact with the pond. The pond itself is just over 100,000. It's 105,000, and that's with all the pond and water feature involved, like underwater lights, top off line, wetland filters, all the bells and whistles to make this as easy and autopilot as possible.
So for the cost of a nice sports car that would sit in a garage and get used periodically, you can have a aquascape recreation ecosystem pond.
Absolutely. I'd rather have this.
I get into my job. I really do. This is so awesome. Woo!
One of the things, like what's good is a swim pond if you can't get out of it, right?
Right.
I mean, that's what's cool about aquascape ecosystems is the tiers.
Yeah.
So if someone does fall in, it's easy to get out. But we also wanted to give them a nice, easy path out of it. So we found some awesome flat rocks and just made a staircase.
All right. Ta-da! I just got out of this water feature. I was just sitting in the hot tub afterwards. If I could start every day like this, I think I would even love my job that much more. If you guys like this stuff, check out the link below to find a certified aquascape contractor in your area so you too can start living the aquascape lifestyle. I love my job.